So why did we shift to a centralized operations? Number one, transportation for cold chain is very costly. Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Alexander Losaria. I am currently the cold chain and fresh operations head for Monde Nissin Corporation. So I am currently handling site logistics providers for cold chain and 2 sites for fresh bread operations. So before we start, maybe some of you are not yet familiar with our company. So Monde Nissin is the largest noodle manufacturer here in the Philippines. So we're carrying the brand Lucky Me noodles, if you're familiar with that. So we also have biscuits, wafer products. And 3 years ago, we started to venture out to cold chain dairy products. So our flagship brand is Dutch Mill Delight. So we also introduced to the Philippine market a meat alternative, especially for those vegans out there. So we have corn coming from UK. And recently, we launched, I think around 3 weeks ago, a new SKU, a new market drink category. So it's called Dutch Mill Proyo. So before we move on to my deck, so I'll just present a short video about our company. So you will know more about our brand operation as a company and why we would want to gear towards a sustainable cold chain operations here in the Philippines.
Life may seem complicated, but the world that Monde Nissin sees is simple. And every day, in every home, and in every shared moment, we're part of it. In happy family meals, in small moments of caring, and big days of pure fun. For more than 35 years, our consumers have been welcoming us into their hearts and homes. As a result, we have become one of the most respected food companies that carry the Philippines' best-known and most loved food brands. And in all those years, we never stopped reinventing ourselves. As we continue to grow, we remain committed in staying relevant and responsive to our consumers' present and future needs. That's because the way we see the world inspires the world we are making. This is our world. Where we work tirelessly to give people what they deserve by building brands they can believe in. We take full advantage of opportunities and collaborations from product development to technology. We have world-class manufacturing capabilities using highly automated machines and scalable logistics infrastructure with several distribution centers, including 2 equipped with the largest automated storage and retrieval systems in the country. In addition, our company has a strong distribution network powered by local trade and consumer insights. Moreover, we enjoy benchmark status in distribution with the widest reach and high-quality in-store execution. From our humble beginnings, we have become one of the country's leading companies.
And now, Monde Nissin is rapidly expanding and diversifying globally.
Thus, Plus, we have welcomed into our fold only the best and the brightest on-trend and better-for-you brands, such as Black Swan, Australia's #1 brand in chilled dips; Nudie, Australia's leader in chilled juices; one of Australia's leading marketing and distribution companies and brand owner of Peckish; Corn, world leader in meat alternatives, with deliciously healthy products that are better for you and better for the planet. We also formed a joint venture with Mali to set up Monde Mali Beverage Corporation, its first major product being Kratos. The success we've gained in our part of the world is only a prelude to what we can achieve beyond it. Strategy anchored on operational expertise. Knowledge of the market and vision driven by an insightful understanding of our consumers will lead us in the right direction. And while the world around us is always at the heart of our success, the world we imagine is a bigger place. With the force of a cutter sails, Monde Nissin will surge forward, riding the winds of change to lead us to even greater possibilities.
Okay, so just a few introduction about myself. So I'm Alexander Losaria. I'm heading the cold chain and fresh operations for Monde Nissin. So I've been handling for around 2 years already. We've established last have yet for the warehouse. All warehouses are rented. Currently, we have 7 sites, and but it's always in the table to have our local manufacturing here in the Philippines. And of course, I'm looking forward for the people here to eventually we can be partners in making it happen. So our products are coming from Thailand and the United Kingdom. So we have few of the well-known brands here in the Philippines. So we have the Monde packaged cakes. We have the Nissin wafer. I'm sure for those Filipinos in this conference, you know very well our brands. We also have Voice and Bingo biscuits and sandwiches. So we also have also have the Graham. We also this is the oldest existing brandy beverage corporation. So currently we have some beverage products already out in the market. So we also have corn. So it's the first meat alternative here in the Philippines. So the products are coming from the United Kingdom. And under culinary, we have Mamacitas. And under the beverage category, we have Dutch Mill and Dutch Mill Delight. So basically for cold chain, we are carrying 3 brands. So here are the flagship brands for Monde Nissin cold chain. So we have Dutch Mill Delight. It's a second generation probiotic drink. So actually there are only few players in the market for the probiotic drink category. We have some, of course, we have Yakult. So Delight is one of those brands under the probiotic drink category. And then another brand that entered the same market is Dutch Mill Proyo. So for Proyo, we're currently offering 2 flavors for this. And also we have the first meat alternative that was launched here in the Philippines. We have corn. So basically, this is mycoprotein. So for those vegans out there, I believe that you can, if you miss eating or preparing meals, uh, eating meat products, I think this is a good alternative for you. So this is our distribution network. This is for both ambient and cold chain. Two, four parts. So we have North and Central Luzon. So we have a distribution center in Porac, Pampanga. We also have the cold chain depot in Mexico and cold chain hub in Plaridel, Bulacan. So we also have a Greater Manila operation. So we have the GMA distribution center and the Pasig cold chain depot. For South Luzon, this is our largest facility. So we have two mega distribution centers here in Santa Rosa, Laguna. So as you can see earlier in the video, so both distribution centers are equipped with the largest ambient storage ASRS or automatic storage and retrieval system, which is fully automated. So next is we have the Calamba distribution center. We also have the fresh bread distribution center in Canlubang. And we also have the cold chain South Hub in Laguna also. In Batangas, in Cebu, Iloilo, and another cold chain hub in Cebu. And for Mindanao, we have 3 sites. So we have Cagayan de Oro serving northern Mindanao. We also have Davao serving southern and central Mindanao. And we also have the cold chain depot for Davao. So basically, for both ambient and cold chain, we pretty much cover almost all parts here in the Philippines. So for those,
we also have the cold chain depot for Davao, for both ambient and.
Yeah. So for those inter-island areas, we have a strong distribution network with our partner distributors. Okay, so basically, this is the structure for the cold chain operations. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have any owned facility, but it's all manufacturing. And of course, if you have a manufacturing plant here in the Philippines, you need to have a cold chain mega distribution center. So why did we shift to a centralized operations? Number one, transportation for cold chain is very costly. So our cost to sales ratio when I started is at around 14%. So that's very high compared to the other players here in the industry. So we managed to bring it down to at around 6%. But of course, we're still pushing for continuous improvement. So we're targeting at around 4%. So to make that happen, of course, you need to localize your manufacturing. You need to localize your remove or lessen the importation. Okay. So basic Thailand, it's in transit to the Philippines, and then from Batangas and Subic Port, these are our ports of discharge. So we distribute the stocks to the various warehouses. So those, as you can see, for Dutch Mill Delight, our majority of our sales is coming from convenience stores. So we have the leading convenience stores. We have 7-Eleven, we have Mini Stop, we have Philippine Family Mart. So it's around 40% of the volume. So instead of delivering it to the warehouse and then you deliver you deliver to the outlets, we pushed for the direct delivery to the partner outlet, the partner cold chain warehouse of those. a high value of transportation cost, and we also lessen the warehousing cost. So basically, we lessen the movements in our operations. And then for modern trade and general trade stocks allocation, we deliver to the warehouse and then we dispatch to customers. Okay. So basically, this is what we did for 2020. We have reduced the CSR. We have greatly reduced the CSR, but we're still pushing for more for 2021. So actually, this currently our status is a very good subject for a business case study, because as an end user, we don't have the enough experience, we don't have the enough resources yet to put up our own facility. And also there. So what we're now is a high cost to sales ratio, high transport cost, limited cold chain chiller space, especially for the OND months, or the October, November, and December, because there are a lot of there is a high volume, especially for those meat products, the ham, pork, and other dairy products that we're sharing the cold chain warehouse with. So that's why there are times that our stocks are into the port until enough space to unload those stocks. So with that, our port charges are also growing. So with this also, transport cost is very limited. I mean, transportation is limited and transport cost is very high. So basically, our target inter-islands. So our goals for 2021 is to expand to more doors. Currently, we're serving at around 1,200 supermarkets and 12 mega distributors. And to expand also to more provinces. Currently, we don't have, we haven't been an island like Mindoro, Colod, we only have we only in Metro Cebu, Metro Davao, Luzon. For far north, Benguet, so currently the stocks are limited. Okay. Okay, so our aspiration. So why do we want push to grow the market for Dutch Mill Delight? It's not just because of business, but it's about empowering the Filipino people through businesses that are sustainable and efficient. So currently we have deployed at around 800. We call them IDPs, or Dutch Mill Delight Expert. So I'll just translate what's written in this poster because it's in Filipino. So Miss Soledad, the Dutch Mill Delight Expert, before she became a Dutch Mill Delight Expert, she was scavenging for trash. She was getting food or from Mill Delight has a livelihood and source of income. So in the recent 2 weeks, we have been devastated by 3 consecutive typhoons. And as you can see, during that time, most of the Filipinos have lost their source of income. Most farms were damaged by the typhoon. But here, for our Dutch Mill Delight Experts, we still continuously support their income by giving them enough stocks to sell. Okay. Okay. So for corn, so our tagline is better for you and better for the planet. So corn is an alternative meat product towards a healthier lifestyle. So for now, I think the Philippine market, the market of corn is not yet as big. But I think eventually the Filipinos, the mindset of the Filipinos are now switching to becoming more self-conscious, health-conscious. That's why our sales and volume for corn is continuously growing. And then our newest product, it's corn promotes for a lifestyle. It promotes for body exclusivity and positivity across all body shapes. So the market for Proyo is geared towards those there. So basically, I have introduced Monde and its cold chain operations. So if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Alexander, for your presentation. I have a time for two quick questions. So the question is about the cooling as a service concept that was introduced earlier today. And the question is about, do you see this new business model to be applicable to your operation in the Philippines, considering your possible expansion in the country?
Yep. I think it would be applicable, especially, of course, now we're having some plans on having our own facility because of the rapid growth of Dutch Mill Delight, especially for Dutch Mill Delight. So we need to adapt to the growing volume of the product. That's why we're now everything is already being discussed, manufacturing and our own distribution center for cold storage. And I think if we are going to start that our own distribution center for cold storage, we want to we want to start, or we want this. So I think everything that I've learned from the previous speakers, I think we can apply that to our business model, especially once we have our own facility.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And final question, in terms of the refrigeration technologies that you plan to deploy in the expansion of your cold storage facilities, what kind of information are you looking for from the suppliers, the contractors, in order to make the right decision?
Yep. Of course, to tell you honestly, none from us have the technical expertise when it comes and business partners in order to make this happen. So I think we'll be working with a lot from the suppliers in this conference when the time comes that decided or everything is already in place.
Thank you. We are looking forward to hearing more as well.
Yep. And to tell you honestly, the growth of this product is overwhelming. So it's at around 30% per year. So we were really shocked and surprised of this rapid growth, because as you can see, Yakult is the biggest market player in the probiotic drink category. And it's really hard to get some shares or to get a market share from that dominating brand.
I mean, it might reflect the fact that we all need strong immunity, and then probiotics definitely help in that direction as well. So I think you get more expansion in that
Yeah.
product group. Alexander, thank you very much. We'll move on to our. So thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.